And I really believe that about God, that God gives each one of us what we need. Like you can be like, you can lose a loved one and then it starts raining and you feel like, the skies, sending down rain for you. And Allah is generous like that. So, Allah is real. The Prophet said, Allahu haqq. Allah is real. And so people that don't know that, and I feel sorry for them, because if you're open to God, if you're open to guidance, God will show you. God will show you. And I've seen enough in my life to know that that's absolutely true, where you stop doubting because you've seen too many things. And people say, well, I haven't seen those things, because you're not open to them. If you open yourself up to them, Allah is generous. And Allah will show you. Allah will give you just what you need when you need it. Even a word that you might need to hear. But if you're closed, if your heart's closed, when hearts close, that's how all empires fall. The Prophet ﷺ gave us the dua, Allahumma innaka afuun. So you forgive, you pardon, you overlook. Kareemun, and you're generous. It's one of the attributes of Allah. You're Kareem. Fa'fu anna. So overlook us. I mean, we're creatures, we're fallen creatures. Our shortcomings are many, and we have a generous Lord. Ma gharraka bi rabbika al-kareem. Allah says in the Quran, like, what has gharraka, what has deluded you concerning your generous Lord? Some of the mufassirun said, ja'ala jawabuhu fi su'alihi. He put his answer in the question, your karam, your generosity. Because people sin and He doesn't destroy them. And people say, why do the oppressors do all these things? Why do they do all these things and nothing happens to them? Why does somebody who does all this evil, he lives and has all this energy? I mean, apparently some people don't sleep except a few hours a night, and they can do all their fasad and corruption, and they have all that energy, and then they never get sick. And then a good person, a really gentle soul who's serving humanity, who's doing all these things, and then Allah gives him, like they get cancer or they get some disease, and then people say, what's going on here? If Allah loves people, He gives them trials. The fact you're not getting any trials is a really bad sign. It's a bad sign. And the fact that you see so many people that are evil that don't seem to have these trials is a clear sign of the truth of this thing. And then the other thing is, what Allah is showing us is if He allows respite for these people, then who are we? Who are we? Isn't that teaching us that we should have more hilm? I mean, look how generous the Prophet ﷺ was. Because if we got angry, if people say, why doesn't He stop the person when he's about to do his evil? God could have stopped the Twin Towers why didn't He stop those pilots? Why wasn't there a policeman that stopped them? If Allah stopped everything and didn't let us exercise our free will, then what's the meaning of free will? And the second thing is the fact that Allah doesn't react to us, because He doesn't have emotion, He doesn't react, is teaching us تَخَلَّقُوا بِأَخْلَاقِ اللَّهِ, to be more like God, to be less reactive, to be more forbearing, to be more cautious, to be more calm, to be more understanding. I mean, we want God to forgive us and give us excuses, but we don't want Him to forgive anybody else. I mean, that's not fair, right? Yeah, everybody, I always tell people, on Yom Qiyamah, Yom Arafah, nobody from this ummah is saying, oh God, be just with me. There's nobody saying that. And if they are, they're crazy. But they want justice for everybody else. And you don't believe until you want for other people what you want for yourself, according to the hadith. Everybody wants justice for everybody else, but not for themselves. I want mercy. But not for him, he doesn't deserve it. This is a human condition. I mean, there's an element to us that's very ridiculous as a species.